Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Alex Delgado Forever. Today, I'm going to teach you how to set up your resume. So if you ever want to get a job that you want to apply for, all that you need is a resume. So, let's get right on it. Hello everyone, so I'm back. So here I would use Canva to write my resume because that's what I did before. So a standard resume size is 8.5 by 11 inches. So that's what I would use. And so here what I would use to set up my resume, different resumes are different. So mine's, for example, so I would put my name, first and last name. Hold on, I need to move it. Like, let's put it right over here. And just add Alex Delgado. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I would shrink mine down a little bit so I can give it more room. Okay, so anyways, Alex Delgado, that's what I would put. So your first and last name goes first on top of the resume. Next up, you will need your phone number and email address. So I'm not going to put my private information on here because it's legal. So let's just pretend to say xxx.xxxx. So yeah, just put your phone number in and then your email address, which is, I'm just going to put email address because I'm not going to put my email in it. Yeah, just put your email address on there too. Your phone number and your email address are the two most important things of a resume. Like, it's easy the way for workers to communicate with you if you got the job, or they'll give you some job details that you applied for. So yeah, those are important. And then actually, I have my resume as an example so I can look at it. And then you just put your home address in. So you could tell your workers or the workers that for the job you applied for where you live. Home address there. Good. And then you could add your work experience. I would align it right over here. And then for your work experience, what are the previous jobs you worked for or applied for? And then just tell them what job or what location for the job you applied for. Like mine, for example, I used to work at the Clendons. And I used to work as a sales assistant. right? So the career of that job you applied for, you put it under that location name, and then like the date you first applied the job for, or the first day of your job. And the last time you stopped working at that job, right? It's right there. And then you start listing some of the roles for your job you've been doing at your work. Like mine, for example, I did stock shelves, I set up projects, I did customer service, I clean, take out, trash, and etc. And I get to bring carts in, right? So those are the rules I did for that job in McClendon's. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's best to like shrink it down so I can give it more room to fill in more information. There you go. So now, after your work, you fill in your work experience and stuff. Now you get to fill in your education. Let me shrink this down so I can give it more room. So next up is education. You want to fill in your school name, like what school did you attend for. Like mine, for example, is Bates. I went to Bates. Well, actually, let me shrink this down again. I went to Bates Technical College. And I was in the digital media program. And the first day I applied to go to that college was September 2023, and my last day was on March 2025. There. And then I list all my things I did at Bates. Like what are the things you enjoy doing at school or in college, whatever's your choice. And then you just type all the information right here. So I did video production, I did editing. I did graphic design. And I did photography. There are other more things I can do in that college, but I'm just going to list those for example. So there. So the things that you did in school, you can list it under there. And what are some of your skills? Skills are very important. Like what are the things at school did you succeed in, or what do you like to do? So yeah, I did video editing. I did graphic designing. I did photo editing. I like to use programs like Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Premiere Pro. There. Those are my skills. Sorry guys, my resume looks a little bit off, but I'm just showing you it's an example. Just make sure you line up your placements, your text placements in place correctly, and give it more room for workers that you want to apply your job for them to fully understand the resume concept, and yeah. So anyways, yeah, that is how you make a resume. Like I said, everyone's resumes are different. They can do it differently, but this is mine for an example. So anyways, yeah, that is the best I can do to show you guys how I would fill up my resume so I could go get a job. So anyways guys, I hope this really helps you. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my other videos. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at AlexDelgado780. And thank you so much for watching everyone. Have a great time. Bye.